Hey everyone, welcome. It's Monday here in Seattle. We're going to kick off the week with a premiere draft of Core Set 2021. Chat made that choice today. We've had a lot of close votes recently, but kind of a landslide for best of one today, so we're going to try that. I have been enjoying best of three as I continue to try and figure out this format. I feel like I'm in that stage where the world has passed me a bit, and I'm trying to learn very much from the world, and that includes chat. That includes people here giving their opinions on what they're seeing from this format, and it's really helpful. And one of the great parts about this community we've got here is how we're all trying to work this problem together and share our thoughts and we try to do it as respectfully as possible. You know, I got into it with D a little bit on Friday because he wanted to pivot to a new color in the middle of pack 2 that I disagreed with, and then he got some support from Haj on his perspective. Without getting into details, I'm bringing it up only because what I was thinking about over the weekend and how Haj, D, and I were all conversing about that pick and that choice. And it just reminds me what an amazing game this is and why we continue to play it, because this many weeks into the format, smart players can look at the same situation and see something differently, see it differently from each other and have different perspectives. And one of the biggest challenges of getting better at Magic Limited I've found is letting go your ego a bit and being able to see the perspective somebody else is providing you and at least try and see where they're coming from. Even if you end up thinking you're still right, the more that you can put yourself in that perspective and get the worldview of somebody else, the more refined your own worldview is going to become on this stuff. So And I also bring it up because Haj wanted to point out, he gets a lot of, well, if Haj says so, it must be, or if Mike said, there are a lot of smart people on this channel. Haj and Mike are not the only ones. There's a long list of regular contributors, regular chatters whose opinions I value very highly. And I go back to, I actually looked it up. There's it's a Indian fable about blind men trying to figure out an elephant, each of them only looking at touching one part of the elephant and sharing their information. And in that fable, the men disagree and start to fight with each other. They get angry and it breaks down into a fight because one person feels the tusk, one person feels the tail, and they disagree about what the elephant is, right? So they get into a big fight. What I love about our community is that we can disagree about what the elephant is. I can feel the tusk and try to express that. D can feel the tail, try to express that, but we don't fight. We take strong opinions, but we don't need to fight about it. We can be respectful and kind to each other as we attempt to get better at this puzzle. If you want to get better at managing your physical game, you're going to check out my sponsor, cardkingdom.com. They are purveyors of physical Magic gear. You can get everything you need for your paper game at cardkingdom.com via my panel down below. You all know that, right? If you've not visited Card Kingdom via my panel, please do so, especially because if you haven't visited via my panel, you are a new IP address that pops up on Card Kingdom's radar, and so they say, oh, somebody new from Ryan's World came and checked us out. How nice of them. So if you want to help out my stream, you can go check out Card Kingdom from that link. And if you do, you're going to find incredible inventory, great prices, incredible customer service, and you'll get exactly what you expect hyper quick. So please check out my lovely sponsor, Card Kingdom. And we're going to hop in now. Hey, look, we have 10,000 gold too. So this is a freebie. We're playing on the house today. Every time I enter an event with 10,000 gold or any kind of gold, it's a reminder that this is how you stay ahead in this game. You grind your daily gold and sneak in these effectively free drafts every now and again. So we're going to do that. Comrade Cards is ready with the Dom lands today. You got it, Cards. Comrade. I had a pretty good weekend. I don't know how you all were up to. I had a busy weekend, a lot of adulting this weekend. I'm a maintain your old cars kind of guy. I either get a new car and drive it into the ground or buy an old car. My wife's car is a 2000 that had enough repair damage on it that we decided it was time to make a switch, and so we made a car. I bought a new old car this weekend. Old new car. Oh yeah, let me get out of your way. We've got Fire Emancipation, which is a lot of fun, but not correct as a first pick, I don't think. We can stay wide open with a Palladium Mirror, which has been pretty good, although... so when we had a couple Palladium Mirror on Friday, and when we cast this on 3 and untapped with it, it was great. When we cast this on 3 and it got shocked, we got blown out. So you want to do the Emancipation? We could take here. You want to start here? We could build around it. Yeah, I mean, I think Houndmaster is probably a good pick here. It's gold, but it's this may be the grown-up pick, but we could take Emancipation and try and make it work. It's a mythic. I don't like passing mythics even on this account, so sure, let's try it. Maybe I'm not going to marry it, but if we can head that direction, well, this is a fine place to start on that front. Uncommon missing. Feat of Resistance is nice, but Scorching Dragonfire is a top pick anyway. Like, cover up that first pick, and I'm taking Dragonfire. This will be fun if we can get this going. Pitchburn Devils is nice for this, but kind of want to wheel that. It's not a very important card for red, so I'd like to try and get this on the wheel. We could take a Swift Response for some good removal to although I think we want to be doing burn-based removal. I'm on the Palladium Mirror. It can help us cast the Emancipation on potentially even turn 4, and then keeps us open on second color. Yeah, Archer does work with the Mythic, but I'm not going to force that. Again, these are these interactions that we're going to hope to pick up late because these are medium cards. We don't want our excitement for Fiery Emancipation to elevate Archer and Devils inappropriately high in the pick order. The point is that we should get these late and be rewarded for building around that. Geyser, Triple Geyser seems nice. Goblin Wizardry also seems nice if we're going heavy spell time or whatever, but I think Geyser makes sense to me here. You agree? This might be better, but I think this is more likely to wheel. Does that make sense? This is a close one for me. I don't know if we're going to get either one of these back. But since Geyser works more directly with our build around first pick, I'm going to take the Geyser. David thinks it's more likely to wheel. It's possible. Like, I'm getting mixed messages from chat on how they feel about likelihood of wheel here, power level. But since Geyser works directly with the Emancipation, I'm gonna take that. This looks good. This could be a nice green-red deck. Tripling your green damage seems fine, and this here is very much a signal. I am officially liking where this is headed now. We could take, it was pointed out that the Archer is good, but we're looking to get tons of instants and sorceries here to build around the Emancipation, so an Augur is nice. Slag for 1,000,000 damage. Gale Swooper, not bad. Arsonist turning into a Lightning Bolt, also not bad. I think it is pretty easy Slag. I am somewhat tempted by the Arsonist. You do want to get on board early, but I think Slag is enough better here that we should do this. We can argue, make a case for either one. Here's some more ramp we could take, but I'd rather maybe a track down here. I don't think this is what we want out of our six drops. Slag is creature only at sorcery. We do have an Augur. That's one consideration. And that's another reason to like track down here. It does help the Augur. Yes, I love how we're all just doing the math on our Emancipation on every single pick. Not certainly in green yet, but I would like to be in red green. I think that's a nice place to start. Sanctum of the Heights becomes playable in this deck. A Gnarled Sage is decent, but Sanctum discarding a land to deal 3 is solid. I don't know if we end up playing it. We could also make it. You can make an argument, given the need for early defense, of just taking the Vine to have something to do early. I'm going to take the Shrine, although I think it's maybe building around the Emancipation too much. But since we're trying it, so let's try it for real. Maybe we take this even as we're not taking anything else here. Now I'll take the Dino. That's worth it. Fenris's Shrine is almost unplayable, but right, it's just it works with our build around. I'm just taking the stuff that works with our build around here, and this is a crash through. Because it's fun. We're probably not playing this, I acknowledge. But it was, I think if we get the green one, we could consider it. You know, once you're discarding lands to do 2, to shock, and possibly deal 6, then that's reasonable, right? We're probably not playing it, but I can't remember what we passed for it, but it didn't feel like too much of a big deal. Yeah, but the green one is ramp, which is fair. It's ramp and fixing. Hey, buddy. Speaking of ramp. All right, now we're seriously going to get into green-red ramp. Pteranodon here, I'd love to come back. Cultivate, if nobody's interested, would be fine. Palladium Mirror is great to have in the pile already, and we're going to look for more in that vein. Fierce Empath. Too bad it's creature. If it was just find a card, we could find our Emancipation or our Ugin with it, but we can't find anything with this yet. I'd rather just have a thing to ramp to. So let's take this. Want another mirror, that would be amazing. Could take this on a possible splash. Same with the feet. Same with the finishing blow. Not loving anything in our colors here, though. I guess we could take a training. We need more early game, but none of the cards in this pack particularly qualify, right? This is not a real card for us. Draw does become better. We just don't have anything to put it on yet. So I think we do take a training here and note the ogres. I like the 2 ogres, but they're pretty replaceable still. I'll take the training and we'll look for 2 drops to get on board early here. There's a large friend. We have a Warden of the Woods, so this is not a priority for me here. We could take it. But we already have 3 6+ drops. I think I'd rather just have the Ogre to slot in at 3. Prismite as a Desperation 2 is not unreasonable, but I think I would like to try and wheel it. Yeah, the fact that this doesn't die to Ugin or whatever is a whatever point. I can't bring it. Yeah, I'd rather have like a Guile even. I think that's a good point too. Yeah, maybe I'll take a Guile. First Guile over, here's another one, of course. Tough to know. If I could see exactly which commons we would open throughout the draft, it would make these picks a lot easier. Here I will take a Dreadmaw. Although we can take an Eliminate. You want a Rebirth? I've not been impressed by Rebirth. Have you all been finding success with this? Yeah. Ah. All right, I'll take a rebirth here because I think our big end is already somewhat stabilized. Well, now we're just getting cut. Take a jungle hollow. Maybe we'll wheel the cultivate and be able to have avenue to a black splash that we really want. Cauldron, another Guile, laughing at my earlier choice. Crash through over Guile number 2. I don't think we're playing 2 Guile. Yeah, well, we haven't really seen him yet, but Kinetic Augur, here we go. Here's a 2-drop. Nice, straightforward. So the format is fast enough that I'm coming around on the playability. Well, Vine has always been playable. It draws a card, but even like the 04 single blue defender, I still don't love him because I'd still rather have things like Chandra's Magmut doing the job of early defense. But if you don't get enough Magmuts, you got to do what you got to do, and that's when Portcullis Vines and the like are fine. Feet being here makes me kind of sad, but we're going to take a Hobble Fiend on the strength of it being a 2-drop instead of the Mauler at 4. But all these feats going around make me sad. People, feet is incredible. Somebody should be in white taking all those feats. Feats, don't fail me now. Track down number 2, Sure Strike number 1. I think we want Sure Strike number 1. Coatl comes back around, suggests maybe we could still possibly splash that. We've got a Turret Ogre that could represent 4 Power Matters, though. I think we should just take the Ogre. Coatl's interesting, but it's not for us right now. We're not really near green-blue. I mean, if nobody's in green-blue, right? Well, here's that Prismite wheeling, as I hoped. We'll do that now. That's where I want to take a Prismite, and then I hope not to play it from there. All right, with lots of ramp targets, we're really looking for... Heck, I'm going to take Imp on principle. Like a Cultivate, like another Palladium Mirror. Hey, asked and received. Don't think we're going to find anything better than that for our deck here. Nope. Get in. A rare we're not playing. I like Visionary for ramp and power level over the Oak or the Sage. We'll see what comes around. Yeah, this is exactly what we want to do, right? Really would like to take this Magmut, but we're going to take a perfectly reasonable Weaver here. Temple of Milady could be a pick. We didn't end up with a Pitchburn Devils on the wheel. We could take one now, make sure we get a Pitchburn Devils here. We could also just take Temple as a half-color playable gems. Bolthound feels like not what we're trying to do with this deck. I mean, sure, like if it's happening, it's happening. But we're actually coming around on 2s. Well, we're not going to play this, probably. Yeah, we still need 2-drop creatures. I'm not seeing any here. I'm going to take the playable gems. Hunter's Edge here over Devils and Scourge. Keep passing these 9/3s that die into 9 damage with our Emancipation, but can't pass the edge. We need the removal. Another Coatl, which is not surprising, given the first one came all the way around. Vine here is probably going to get played. I like Vine over either of these two, and it's good enough. And another good pickup here with the spinner. 2-drop defensive. Cultivate with our last fresh pick. Perfect. I like it better than the truffle snout, given what we're trying to do here with the ramping. We do have the tools, again, to splash black. We just didn't end up with anything to splash. We got a Jungle Hollow, a Temple, and now a Cultivate to go along with a Prismite. So should be pretty easy to splash a good black spell, but I haven't really seen it. And here we'll just take another Snare Spinner. This should be good. I feel like we're getting a lot of reachy defense into a lot of ramp into some unbeatable top end. So go, 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 Ugin. No, triple damage. Yeah, I like this deck. This deck has a plan. Deck has a plan. And we get a Magmut. Bingo. Emancipation Magmut is a real thing. There's another Guile. We only have one. We could take a second Guile. I don't think we want a second Dino. Yeah, I'll take another Guile and probably not play it. Yeah, I think you're probably right. I don't think we're playing the first one. $34 cards in the deck. We got some serious cuts to make. Got to be one of these Guiles. I don't think we're playing the Prismite. Not playing this Sanctum. I don't think we're playing the Fungal Rebirth. We got serious cuts to make here. I don't know if we're playing Augur and the Crash Throughs. All the spinners. Wow. Flyers are not going to be a significant problem. Yeah, I don't know if this deck needs a training, right? It's not really doing anything important. I guess making a Snare Spinner a 2-3 could be decent. Yeah, now we can get rid of the Hobble Fiend because we got the defensive that we like better. At least one Crash Through, if not two. Let's look at our overall numbers. 15, 11. No, Hobble Fiend was just a curve filler, but for what we're trying to do, Snare Spinner is a better curve filler for us than a Hobble Fiend. We want to get to Ugin and this stuff. Track down is kind of a fail. How are we doing on Augur augmenting? 9 instants or sorceries. That's pretty good for Augur. So that's going to go down to 8, though, if we cut the track down. You want to cut a Dreadmaw? Well, we got to come up with something. So if you don't want to cut the track down, what are we cutting? Cut a Crash Through. Cut a Crash Through. Yeah, I don't know if this is a Sure Strike deck, right? I mean, tripling damage turns this into +9 or whatever, but that's not really... I mean, you're casting this for combat. I can see cutting Sure Strike, but as we cut all of these instants and sorceries, makes me think maybe we should cut the Augur, because we've gone down to now 6. We could cut the auger. We also, between cultivate and 2 palladium mirrors, have the question again of whether you play 17 or 16. I think with an 8 drop, I think in this case we'll play the 17. And let's see, what's our creature count here? 15. Yeah, we could cut auger and bring back in just kind of almost any of this. Track down or training. Not necessarily Jinx. I don't think it's a given. I mean, we have Leafkin Avenger, 2 Palladium Mirrors, a Cultivate, and if we even added in a track down can find land. It can kind of be a 17th land. But Robert, it's about jobs. It's about jobs. We feel that if we can get to Ugin, we win. If we can get to Fiery Emancipation, we kind of win, although we didn't end up with some of the cards I would have liked to combo with it. But if we feel that Ugin and Fiery Emancipation are pretty great finishers for us, then I kind of want to play as many Snare Spinners as we can get because they really help us survive to that. So that's my thinking on it. And I'm going to run 17, but let's keep an eye on it. I predict that we flood a bit here. I'm going to run an off-color temple because of that. I think keeping some of our creatures alive is better than augmenting. I'm going to start with adding training or track down to this and calling it a deck. I'll ask you all. Here, let's see. Let's go 30 seconds. At least training. At least track down on the list of possibilities. And what else do we want to consider? Anybody want something else on the list of possibilities? I'll just pull those. You can do an other. If you think it should be something else, hit other, and if there's a strong contingent for other, we'll explore that a bit. And let's see, we got Dominaria lands that I can get on while we work this out. Any other bling redeemed? I know Dom lands were. Looks like I get to choose. And we got red, green. That's a pretty mountain. Let's take that. And we'll get the other one by the same artist. Is that something we need to establish? Chat's favorite Styx song? All right. I'm keeping it at 17, but I predict a bit of a flood. Let's count our... Let's look at the number of things in our deck that produce mana. We've got the 17 lands, 18, Leafkin Avenger, 19, 20, 21, and track down can find them. So 22 of our 40 cards are in some way related to the production of mana. So I'm a little worried we're going to flood. There was some, when I said we might go to 16, or no, you got an 8 drop. How can you go to 16? Well, that's why, because 22 of our cards are related to mana production. And Visionary, yeah, 23. Thank you. Geez, I missed one. 23. Like, it might be correct to do it, but we do at least, yeah, we do have a massive geyser and an 8 drop. So I'm going to try it like this. But I'm worried. And we got to make a... Ooh, I got it. Fire Emancipation. Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Free Spirit. Avengers another sink. That's a good point. Chandra Sleeves, yep. And anything else I'm missing? Do we get a deck box? No deck box? Well, let's leave it. It should be Ugin or Emancipation. We'll leave it on our pack one, pick one, build around. And get going. Yeah, I'll power poll this. How many am I going to win? We want a P-par for this. If I played this a million times, what would our average event win count be? Cultivate and Mirror and the Track Down all say this is a sneap. Hopefully we find a land, but we have Track Down on 2 to find one if we don't find one naturally, which I think I will do over a Snare Spinner. If we don't draw a land, I'm going to go Track Down. If we do, I'll go Snare Spinner. All right, no land, so I am going to Track Down. I really want to find a land to curve out on time here. Temple is all well and good, but not really what we want here as far as lands go. We're going to shuffle anyway, because I actually might just cultivate on 3. I get it, War Furnace. I don't like keeping hands without 2s either. I mean, I don't like it, but you weren't suggesting a mulligan there, are you? Cultivate is nice here over Palladium Mirror. We don't ramp quite as quickly, but we don't have a fourth. We don't have another land in hand, and Cultivate assures us a land drop next turn. So, yeah, and Mirror can get Grasp. That's another thing. So Cultivate is a ramp that Oppo can't really interact with. Oh yeah, sure. Let me get out of this scene too. Here you go. Appreciate the reminder. And do we want any more mountains? Yes, because our big fun play is triple red. So we're going to get a 3rd mountain. There's Archer. Play the land they know about here. We could go Palladium Mirror, Snare Spinner, Palladium Mirror, Mutt, Palladium Mirror, Hold Up, Ranger's Guile. With the Ugin, I'm just going to go Palladium Mirror, Hold Up, Ranger's Guile, because then we have Ugin next turn. Play the 6th land, Palladium Mirror protected, tap for 8, win target game. So yeah, we could totally max our mana and cast 2 creatures here, but we're going to protect our ramp. Got to watch out for, think about counters here. There we go. That makes me feel a lot better. Don't have a block here. We could just trade if we did that. So gonna accept this, no blocks, and might even get a scoop on this play. 3 for 1, leaving an Ugin on the battlefield is gonna be rough for Oppo. That's not true, Fenor. That uncommon or that common Force Spike Flyer Mana Leak one is Deece. Yeah, Lofty Denial. Not amazing, but decent. So, converted mana cost X. So we need to name 4 so that we get the Archer. Archer! They actually managed to answer our Ugin, but not after it managed a 4 for 1 though. I think 4 for 1s are pretty all right. And let's see, I was going to attack, but 6, 7, 8, and 9. Do we just want to dump hand instead? We could go Ogre, Magmut, Spinner, Hold Up, Guile. So I'm going to just dump to the board. And we don't get 4 power in any of this, so it doesn't matter when we put out the Ogre. I do like that we get Guile up through all this, too. Now we're going to slag that and crush. Yeah, I don't know. Some visual bug. Some visual bug. Yeah, let's slag now and move towards a lethal geyser. Some piece of art didn't load or the wrong thing loaded, that kind of deal. I think this is probably game. They've got to block this. That gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, this doesn't matter. It could go into this or this. So we get 3, and then 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, not 12. With, yeah, close. Yeah, so with that, rather than bother geysering, I'm just going to offer trades here. And really, they can even have the Palladium Mirror now. Just trying to figure out, because we could just geyser this and get in. This kind of changed my play, but really we could just geyser this out of the way, and they'd be really hard pressed to beat that. But I think they have to block the Ogre, right? They're going to block the Ogre. We could even save it. Yeah, I'm going to do this way. I'm going to be a patient 2-turn win here. A patient immediate win here. Four for 1, 8 mana, 4 for 1's pretty good. Hey Razor, do you have Airscape containers yet for your coffee systems? I don't know if Matt is here, but I gave our friend Matt a tour of coffee roasting yesterday, as I was roasting a bunch of coffee, and he's got a roaster coming. This looks good. I was asking because one of my recent level ups for coffee roasting is they make Airscape sealers for 5-gallon food containers. So I get to store my unroasted beans using kind of Airscape tech now too, and it's kind of changed what I can buy in terms of coffee, because I can order serious bulk now and it stays forever. Like unroasted beans kept in an Airscape 5-gallon can literally last for years. That's a nice draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Need one more land and one more turn before Warden is there. I guess we could go ahead and cultivate this turn on that front. Probably want to... Let's see. Okay, so if we cultivate 5 total mana, I like 3 on cultivate, 2 on fire for the mirror. Let's start with the burn in the mirror. And rampy ramp. Yeah, I need to clean my roaster too, Razor. I think the instructions say like every 5 roasts. Every 500 roasts. Yeah, it's going to be obvious. I was just going to say that. Like, we have Warden plus Ranger's Guile protection, and we'll use it. It's going to be a bit telegraphed when we don't attack with the Visionary. But a telegraphed Guile protecting something like the Warden is still worth it. Yeah, I guess it's a little less suspicious if we do it this way. Yeah, it could have a counter. We're going to make him have it. They don't have any... Oh, yeah, we're going to let that happen. That's not the thing we want to protect. We've gotten our value out of that little elf. This is great now. I'm just feeling excellent with Guile protecting this Warden. And we're going to Temple first and see what the future holds. It holds a bottom. Nice. Yeah, we're going to crack this as soon as possible. Possibly even, I guess there's no need to do it during our draw step. We're not like thinning lands or something. Steady plunk into the Sanctum is manageable, provided they don't add more Sanctums. And that doesn't concern me either. I mean, I don't like him drawing cards, but we're still in a decent spot here. They're racing, understandable. Gotta do what you gotta do. We're gonna portcullis here, though, and I'm gonna do it with double green, because if we find Emancipation, we want to be able to play our forest and cast it. Double mirror. Well, we're not gonna play both, because that taps us out of Guile, but we will attack now and play one of those mirror. And with X spells and whatnot, we'll continue to play land. I just want to race. I guess we could have Snare Spinner on block, but they can just pump it, right? So then we're accepting chumping. I don't think we need to chump yet. I mean, maybe I should be doing the math more carefully. My feeling is that this puts us ahead, but maybe they do something here that changes the math and changes how we approach. Yeah, that's fair. We can leave Snare Spinner back as a chump for next turn. If they pump, though... I mean, they had the land. Like, yeah, they didn't have the... They hadn't played it yet, but I assumed they were going to have 2 pump. Yeah. And... worth it to just counter that spell, really. That's excellent. And we will leave our... Well, we're definitely dying with Warden. We want to cast both of these. All of this mana, cast both of these so we can still send this mirror. Is it GG right now? Maybe I better make sure I'm not missing lethal. Like, if we go... no, it's too much. It's lethal on untap, right? Yeah. Not enough yet. But should be next turn. Mostly dead for Oppo, sure.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Well, that kept him alive. They were straight up dead until that. Now they don't have a pump on the Blackguard. And they don't have damage here. So yeah, we just swing everything, drop everything but Spinner, drop Mutt. You want to swing? I guess we swing Spinner too, even at this point, right? This has just got to be chumped here. They can't take this. If this is nothing, yeah, swing everything. Unless they have something in hand, they can't block the Spinner. They need to chump Warden with Arcanist and trade a mirror off for the Blackguard. Won't be lethal after this activates, but we should be, again, in pretty good shape here. All right. We win. Oh yeah, we just need one little pesky natural land here, then we get Cultivate Visionary into a bunch of ramp targets. Whee! Just need that one extra land. Yeah, we have to get pretty unlucky to not find our third land by 3 on the draw here. Well, let's try to find it this way then. Well, I'm going to keep the Ugin. That's an excellent thing to go ramping for. We got a long way to go before we get to Ugin here, but between the Cultivate, that's 5. I think we keep it, right? Yeah, Cultivate shuffles, but we draw the forest now, and then we draw Ugin next turn. That was a main phase tap-out sorcery we just cast. And only one mountain, so we need the 2 mountains for Emancipation. Nice. Turret Ogre uses the most mana here, but Visionary is where we're at. We want to leave a little of each up in case we draw a 2-drop here, though. Maybe a Mutt. Give me a Mutt. Yeah, I'll take the land, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Putting us at 1 short. Now we have our 8. And I guess just Dreadmaw. I kind of just want to drop this now, but we should do Dreadmaw first. And then Ugin, then Fiery Emancipation. Also makes a nice target of, like, better kill me. Alright. I mean, do you want to make him scoop with Ugin or with Emancipation? Let's do Emancipation. We already won with Ugin once. Okay. I think that's the most damage I've done on a single combat with a common creature that has nothing attached to it. Okay, it was on the strength of a mythic, but still. Oh yeah, we're gonna do max face. I don't know, how do you want to win? Geyser to the face? Oh, you didn't even let us. We just had to win that way. Sorry, I'm being cocky. That was just silly, though. That was our deck doing exactly what it was built to do. Thanks, deck. Are you inherently a rampy kind of deck guy, D? When you play constructed, do you like the ramp decks? I always do. My favorite constructed decks are always have always been red green. I told you about my favorite spell slinging deck for the first Modern Pro Tour back in 2011. It was my first event that I was working for Wizards of the Coast, and I did some spell slinging at the first Modern Pro Tour, and my main spell slinging deck was a deck that of my design that looped warp worlds using like Eternal Witness. Use Eternal Witness and Anarchist to loop warp world to create infinite mana to then eventually put all of your deck on board, land a Spawnsire of Ulamog, which has a 20 mana activated ability that lets you cast any number of Eldrazi spells you own from outside the game. So then I'd activate the Spawnsire of Ulamog and reach into my pack and bring out my side deck that was just a 4-inch thick stack of Eldrazi spells that I would then cast for free. All right, this looks like another keep. All right, Malady is nice as well. Gives us a turn 1 play. We like Dragonfire. We'll keep that. We could burn the Peggy, but let's put the Snare Spinner out. That's kind of their job here. Cultivate, you say. Another spot where we could take a turn to Dragonfire the Striker, but I feel like the worst case here is true worst case, they managed to cast 2 creatures next turn and swing fully pumped with a 4/4 double strike, and we take 8. Then we untap and kill it. So I am going to accept aggression from the Striker for a turn. That's true. If they spend the rest of the game holding up Feat of Resistance to protect the striker, though, I think that's good for us. Also, I don't think they can. I don't think they can stay shields up on feet the rest of the game. And I think we can take this turn to develop our board and not cast the burn spell. I want to get to this warden quickly too, so I'm going to ramp. We'll get this and the 1 red we need for our emancipation. Yeah, and it's not going to get out of geyser range. The only concern is like they literally keep up feet for the rest of the game, but I just felt unlikely. All right, Hunter's Edge is a little too expensive to like be able to do 2 removals here, but we do get a Weaver and a Dragonfire, which is plenty good. I was up against the Spore Web Weaver yesterday with my blue flyer deck, and I even had the stupid Capture Sphere. There you go. I had the Capture Sphere, but it actually dodges Capture Sphere, you know? Hexproof from blue. Well, it's just like a free attack. We're going to make a block. And, well, here I just like Warden, really. Let's get Warden going. Yeah, we gained a life. I remembered Fenor, but good call. Fenor reminding me to make sure I get in with my free sap damage. Yeah, we'll have Warden punch the Skimmer here if shields look down. I'm still feeling good. We should take out this Skimmer now so they stop drawing extras. Yeah, and we'll do it on the mutt. Make the mutt extra big. And kind of want to represent something like a the hexproof trick, but we'll get the Portcullis Vine down. Hey, the very card I was pretending that I might represent. But let's sack this. We don't have any other defenders or anything, no? All right. Tron wanted to attack. I mean, they had blockers. Like, what attack did you want to make last turn? I didn't see an attack. Here, probably just going to have to burn out the Enforcer. And we can do that while they're tapped out. And need to play one more land to do it. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to put my reminder Just take a little piece of post-it note because I've been forgetting my pings, so I'm putting a little reminder on screen so I don't forget my pings, or try not to forget my pings. So many Peggy. Well, our X spell is down, but we do have the uncommon red-green creature that can use a lot of land. So we're going to sandbag one, but keep playing our land for that. And we do, I think, need some help. They're going to be able to start swinging in with their flying team here, and it's going to be pretty good. Might have to Ranger's Guile the Weaver to eat the scanner and just reduce the number of creatures they're successfully attacking with each turn. Oh, they're not going to do it. Okay. Floody Flood. We cut Augur. Augur's not even in the deck. I suppose if they attack, we get a block, we make another creature, and then our crackback is pretty good, so that's probably why they're being cautious here. I am going to go for Guiling the Scanner dead, because I think if we can reduce down to 3 flyers attacking, then then we're in a much better spot. So I'm going to start with a block, see if they want to do anything. No pauses whatsoever, just like snapped back to me, so I don't think they have a response for this. Oh, maybe they do. Would like another spider or something, though. That's good. That's good. That's what we were talking about. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can't cast and activate, so we could even hold. We could keep the forest in if we want. Now I like sending our non-spider stuff though, and seeing what they've got for this. A little nervous, but gotta make him have it here. And then, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If we got 12, we still would be pretty far off from activating twice. So I'm going to continue to sandbag a land. It's not going to give us extra Avenger power if we were to draw another land. Whew, important hexproof. We're not just dead, right? We block the roaming ghost light. We gain 1. We go to 7 and take 6 and go to 1. And then try to win on 1. It's gain after. Oh, that's true. Trigger comes late. Darn it, they had just enough. Good job, Oppo. Man, I really thought we had that one, but they had just the right stuff, and we drew just the wrong stuff. Long shot, they block the Magmut with the Ghost Light. I guess that's all we can do. 4, 5, 6, 7. So close. 1 mana. 1 mana. Good game, Oppo. Well played. Yeah, you're not wrong, Tom. It turns out sandbagging land was incorrect. If we had drawn a land there, it would have been a frustrating loss because we could have gotten there. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out when to hold lands, but you can see the danger, right? I cost us an out. Had I played that other land, we would have had all these land outs to the win. You can tap Leafkin to generate mana for its own ability, yes. But obviously not when summoning sick. All right, I guess we sometimes have to take a loss with this deck. I love this deck, though. This is a keep. Not super exciting, but it's a keep. Guess we'll start on a mutt. It's not too bad. I like ditching the forest given the track down, but maybe we just ditch the track down. What do you think? I think it's forest or track down. Maybe you could argue for a snare spinner, I suppose. Yeah, I'm going to be greedy and ditch the forest. Spider was a possibility as well. I like Spider also. I'm going to do track down here, though, over Spider. Try to set up... Ugh. Well... None of this produces a draw. I'm going to send it all away and try to find a draw here. They're not, none of them are lands, and none of them are even creatures for a draw. So I'm going to send them all away. We do have Cultivate, so we're going to shuffle our library before we get to the bottom of our deck. But, yeah, dang. But here's what I'm going to do. All right, well, it wasn't a draw, but Cultivate, we can do worse than Cultivate on top here, I'll tell you that. Shuffle all that stuff right back in, find our third... this, second this, and effectively catch right back up here. Ideally, Cultivate would have been one card underneath a land, but I'll take it. That was a decent draw. Now we will ping. Well, see what they got. If they're trapping this poor doggy with something, maybe that flash 2-1. I'll trade it, though. We got follow. All right, very defensive here. Looking for our rampy stuff now that we're at 6. So it goes. Hello. Well, we need some premium removal here. We need to land in a geyser. That would do it. But if we lose to a Baneslayer, you shrug and lose to frickin' Baneslayers. I mean... Oh, wrong card. We got like 2 turns to find, or like one or 2 turns here to find something. Well, as you can see, main deck run afoul wouldn't even be good. They just sack the Patrician. I've not really ever practiced a Bane impression, so probably not. Double block? What does that do? First strike? Do this while I'm remembering. So we're taking 8 a turn off of Baneslayer Patrician. Are we dead? I don't think we're dead. Razor says we're dead. I don't think we're dead. Yeah, a little Ugin off the top. We're fine. One time Ugin off the top for some standard constructed action as Ugin takes on Baneslayer. Uh-oh, is that just dead? Let's see, 5, 6, 7, and then this goes 8, 9, 10. So we should still be... We'll be at 1. We'll be at 1, but it'll just make the Ugin off the top all that more exciting. And I'm going to say hi to Marshall now, because Marshall's going to put this sequence on outside notes when we top deck the Ugin. Yeah, let's chump the Angel and even chump the Glutton. Doesn't even matter, like, we're so dead without... I guess we should double block, because if we do find something like single removal for Baneslayer, we'll be happy with this block. Everybody say hi to Marshall as we draw our Ugin. Watch them kill the mirror and we draw our Ugin. That would be classic. One-time dealer. No, Marshall. Marshall is not going to care about this one, folks. Are we just dead? We can Snare Spinner in front of the Angel. And Snare Spinner in front of Angel, take 3, 4, 5. But then we lose to the... yeah, I think we're just dead. Miron Steward. Yeah, Miron Steward works. Okay, so we can survive, I think. But I should play the Mountain. We need the mirror to survive, and we still need to find that pesky Ugin. Even more dramatic. this top deck will be. Patrician does 3. Come on! We still have this. We could still do this. It could still happen for us. Ugin. Ugin. Yeah. All right. We really tried. We played to all of our outs. We legit had Ugin outs here, and we just missed it. No outside notes for us, at least not in this play. Quick 3-0 to a quick 3-2. But boy, when we draw our powerful stuff, we win. That was just us waiting for powerful stuff that never really came. All right. We actually get to go first this time. Outside Notes is a new segment Marshall is doing for Wizards of the Coast. Just kind of a streamer roundup, a community roundup of sorts. A magic variety show, you might call it. Yeah, let's go mirror. If it lives, the mirror could do some stuff if we draw it, and it's kind of a lightning rod. Yeah, we'll see if they use their immolator to take out the mirror right here. I would. Looks like they're going to let us untap with a mirror. Unless they're planning to do it right here. Alright, well, sure wish we could punish them for letting us keep that mirror, but we didn't. We could, of course, slag the immolator, but then they just respond by killing the mirror anyway. So I'm just going to play the Weaver here. Say no attacks. Maybe they won't see the mirror as particularly threatening since we didn't do anything with it this turn. Let it live and it can help us find something off the top. Look at me remembering to ping all the time. Hey, we're just talking about something like you, but now we're one short, and we need to hope that Oppo continues to think that this mirror is just no big deal. I'm going to play that and pass, and we're going to cross our fingers. It is a mirror. Merely a mirror. It's not a mirror, though. That was in the first round. Immolator can hit Planeswalkers, but their highest CMC right now is 2, so we can actually minus for 2, and we even get to keep our Weaver. Did I ping there? Was I talking about? Remember, I did ping, right? I was just talking about that. I think I remembered to ping. Okay. Did I not? Did I miss it? Did I talk about pinging and then not? That would be classic. I was distracted. We're going to go for the Ugin regardless of whether I remembered to ping. Yeah, I guess a finishing blow could make us sad here, but we're still going to get kind of a million for 1, a 2 for 4 if that's the case. Wait a second. I'm going to go full control. I don't want to. So here's the thing. I should have magmudded before I even cast the Ugin, but since I didn't, I'm going to Ugin, because if I use the Magmut, it goes on the stack, and they could actually finishing blow Ugin with that on the stack. So, but I did go full control so that when Ugin goes on the stack, I can respond with the Magmut. If it's finishing blow, we salute another successful use of Ugin because it's going to do some good work. I guess they get Immolator on Mir, but only if they don't have the finishing blow. I don't think that... okay, maybe they're just trying to kill the Weaver here? That could be. No, I didn't miss Mutt. See, we got it. That's why I put the full control on. Because the Ugin ability definitely goes on the stack. It doesn't just happen. It uses the stack like everything else. Yeah, they get Weaver, but that's cool. Take the Weaver. I just didn't want them to have the finishing blow. Although maybe their plan is get the Weaver here and then finishing blow next time. Oh no, they just wanted extra damage on Ugin. Maybe they've got the shock or something. I'm going to leave Weaver back in case they show something hasty. That Bolt Hound or whatever, wouldn't want to lose our Ugin to a Bolt Hound. Yeah, Mike called it. I don't know what has haste other than Bolt Hound, but Bolt Hound is enough for me when we're talking about preserving a game-winning 8-drop. Ah, nice. Except they were 1 mana short. Whew! 1 mana short from Oppo getting this back, casting, and nailing Ugin again. As it is... coming up Millhouse for us here. Let's do a track down before we do anything. No. I'm going to take the Palladium Mirror, so for sure we draw. And it's at least something that can attack, you know. Not impressive or anything, but it does a job.
Ghost fire, my greatest creation.
Mensch wanted to even ditch the mirror. Yeah, you could make a case for that, I suppose, but let's see if they can do... They need to cast an instant or sorcery and have... They need a 2 or 3 mana instant or sorcery. Okay, they don't have it. Do you see what they could have done, though? Play the 2/2 prowess, leave 1 red to sack it, and if they could just cast 1 spell to get it up to 3, they could have potentially made that work. All right, we made it to 4 wins. 4 wins is nice. Big leap in Premier at 4 wins from 1,000 to 1,400. We're not quite at profit yet, but I always feel great about an event that makes it to 4. Strictly Cheese asks if I've ever made it up to Mythic. No, I don't play enough, and I play on multiple accounts. I prioritize the expected value of my play in gems and gold, and not the... you know, the ethereal I'm good of being Mythic. Like, so I also track my own results so that I know how I'm doing and I don't need wizards to tell me. I'm gonna keep this pretty easily. Hey, doggy. All right, let's see if this mirror lives. I think it probably will. I can't think of anything in blue white for 3 mana that stops a mirror that isn't just like bounce. I will block with the snare spinner and encourage them to use, I mean, if they have Feet of Resistance, like whatever, go ahead. Do your worst. Woof, woof. All right, they're stuck on land. We, not so much. We're gonna do this. See what they think of a 6/6. I love Mochi. Bye, Mochi. Exactly. Mike and I are in agreement on making Oppo use tricks on the 1/3 ahead of dropping a 6/6. And hey, now we can get ourselves a little profit meme. Oh, and a $20 card or 20 gem card reward. I want to actually update my spreadsheet now, since sometimes I just come back and update my spreadsheet after when I'm doing my video processing. But in this case, there's some gem grind to process, so I want to get that noted here. This is 10,000 0 20 on the grind so far. I'm rich, female dog. No, I missed it, Mike. I missed some of their store deals. Favorite kind of onion? Caramelized. I would say the gap between how awful a raw red onion is and how amazing like a caramelized yellow or whatever is the biggest gap in taste awesomeness between two same vegetables I can name. Fenor likes the raw red, not me. I loathe raw onion. I love caramelized onion. We're gonna keep this. We get to scry on 1, maybe find ourselves a mountain for mutt on 2, and if we don't, we still have cultivate on 3 or mirror, so we're keeping this. I got one naturally. We'll keep the dragon fire. Raw onion is so unpleasant. I don't know how you all like it, but people are different. Our desire for variety in our diets is a big reason for the way we evolved and took over the world. It's because we wanted to eat different things. Okay, cultivate is the safer removal, so we're going to do that, especially since we don't have, like, if we specifically had a Dreadmaw here, I would go ahead and Palladium Mirror. It's worth it to try and get the turn 4 Dreadmaw. We don't have a turn 4 Dreadmaw unless it's on top, so I'm just going to cultivate. Going to get 2 red so that we can cast our Emancipation when we find it. And I'm going to remind myself, sticker, Ryan, sticker. There's your sticker. Remember to ping. That's probably worth a dragon fire. Let's see what we find here, though. Yeah, we can even go Palladium Mirror, Dragon Fire. That seems like a turn. We didn't get exactly a premium target with our premium removal, but we did gain 2 mana, which is pretty huge. Oh, sorry, we do have a Dragonfire meme. You got it. Easy to forget all the memes available. You have to ask Fiddles which knight that is, or chat. I didn't make that. Fiddles did. I'm so lucky. I have people in my community who make stuff for me. There's a Dread Maw. Hey, Maw. And a cast Spinner as well here. Now there are, I'll tell you, there are 2 other memes for this set that have not had their cards show up yet. 2! There's 2 memes hanging out. Both, I should tell you, by Slam Dunk. I don't know if Slam Dunk is around, but... What'd I do, Rob? Oh, come on, Rob. Rob, is that you, D? Are you sure? Is D taking over your brain? Some kind of body snatcher thing going on here in chat? Grim Tutor. Well, if they have the time for it, they get their best card. Hopefully we can beat it. Gonna have Geyser to the face for a pretty significant amount coming up here. Heck, we have it now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're like, we almost just have him dead. I don't think that was their tutor. Let's see. Yeah, new meme. Cards. It debuted on Friday, but some of you are seeing it for the first time today. That was from Fiddles again. Thank you, Fiddles. Fiddles, you around? You getting to bask in the glory of your meme being well received? Their own Ugin would be pretty nice. We could Geyser it to finish it off, though. Generally, I don't let you redeem for a meme that hasn't debuted yet. If these new memes don't debut soon, though, we'll do something about it, I think. What do you think this is about? I think they're going to punch from here. I'm going to let them do this, and then we can geyser if they go to punch something. Let's let them do this so they invest multiple spells. We can get a 3-for-1 geyser. Or yeah, we just guile if they punch too. Yeah, let's just guile. Get to keep our geyser. That was expensive for them. Now I'm just going to Dreadmaw and drop the Avenger, make him answer the Avenger. Or is this enough? Let's just see. Maybe we have... Yeah, now we can just geyser them out. All right. Trucking along. Took a couple of losses in a row, but we have pushed up to the rubber match of the event. Trying to get seven wins. Maybe if we don't see one of the new memes by the end of the day, I'll have to figure out how to make it happen. Maybe I'll go... Yeah, that emancipation. Woo! Yep, final match, so take the main theme music and run it at double speed right now. Main theme music, double speed. It's the boss battle. All right, possible turn for Dreadmaw. We like that, and we're doing stuff until then too. It won us that one game faster. It was legit useful, I think, in our first game. Ooh, is it a shrine deck? Well, we're gonna try and get on them. Race the shrines. Don't you do it. Okay, that's okay. No fourth land yet, which actually prevents the Dreadmaw, but we are gonna mirror and start pinging over here. Yeah, this seems like a shrine deck. We'll see how good it is. A little nervous. Land, all right. We got the land, so we can just threaten the Guile. I mean, threaten the Dreadmaw. Can't protect with Guile, but worth it to power that out and make them have it. I mean, they don't. There's not even really 4-mana removal that does the trick here. I guess there's Face Fetters. That would have been time for me to get fettered, right? Legion's Judgment would also do it. Good call, Mike. Little pop quiz on what's in the format. All right, Dreadmaw in. And I like Palladium Mirror, Snare Spinner, hold up Guile. There was that white box again. That's weird. I did ping. Yeah, I pinged. I've remembered. Mike liked the Weaver instead of the Mirror. I went for extra mana in case we draw Ugin or whatever. So now tapping. Well, let's let him tap, and then I might even offer up a mirror. I might just send everything. We'll offer the mutt, offer the mirrors, and yeah, that's interesting that they're going for that because they want that enforcer, of course, to keep doing its thing. They don't seem to have the like targeted removal. Yeah, they didn't use enforcer, but we could still make lots of attacks here and guile the thing that they block enforcer with. I think we even send the mutt. Like, I would trade the mutt off here. It's got some reach, but I'm gonna send it all. Yeah, I'm sending it all. If this is helping them splash for other sanctums, that's not bad. Can even save the mutt. Nah, but we want to kill the enforcer, so we got to do this. Yeah, when I say reach, I meant life total reach. The other kind of reach. We've dumped our hand. It's all on the table, but it's a pretty good hand. If they're going to be trying to stop our Dreadmaw with Sanctum, they don't really have a game plan. You can't spend 5 mana a turn on a Dreadmaw and expect to win this. That's not bad as well. Oh, man, but we just got lucky here, so we just basically win. I don't know the exact math, but I'm definitely taking out the Glutton and attacking. All right, we did it, chat. Another 7 win. We've been max winning like nothing around here these days. But still missing 2 memes. Let's see. Hey, Slam Dunk, are you here? Slam Dunk, let me know if you're in chat. Because maybe we could play against each other with decks that maybe contain the memes. Anyway, let's start here by hopping to Soapbox, claiming this prize. Hey, honey, we won Maximum again. We just crushing. We're crushing. It was a fun deck, too.
I don't know what we did, but woohoo!
That's how you support your spouse right there. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but woo-hoo.
I like the way you do it. Do a woo!
Woo!
There you go.
All right, Dragonfire.
Dragonfire.
That's so exciting.
Why didn't that work? We will definitely draft again, but I also want to play to see if I can't produce the the memes. Let's see who is available to play. Tell me if you're available to play, and then I'm going to speak to you on the side if you can play with me right now. How does that song relate to Fire? It's called Fire by the Ohio Players. And they say in it, fire. So, like, in several ways. All right, Tron can play. Jinx can play. All right, first let me see. I want to see. Fire. Yeah. I hear it again. Fire. Have I seen my ranking on the website 17 lands? I was top 20 before. What is that ranking in what? I've never been like mythic or anything, so I don't know on what metric I would be top 20. Or maybe you're not talking to me. Huh. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm any kind of top 20 M21 drafter, let me tell you. Let me tell you. All right, so we've got Tron. Seeing if Tron can complete the assignment. It's possible that in the past week I did something that that pulled me a hint in, because you know we did pretty well in the past week. Macro. Actually, that's what I need. I haven't said goodbye to YouTube. I'm taking forever on that. Actually, let me pop. I'm communicating Tron, trying to set up more memes in a side game here. But in the meantime, let me let YouTube off the hook. Thanks for hanging out for that one, YouTube. That was a lot of fun. 7 wins. We're on a streak. I love it. We'll try to keep it going tomorrow. See ya.